Hey everybody, welcome to Live at 5. I'm Jack.
I'm Jake.
Oh, there you are. All right. I was looking for you on the screen. I was like, where'd Jake go?
I'm still right here somewhere.
There you go. There we go.
I'm right
Found
here.
him.
I'm right here.
Found you. Really, I'm pointing nowhere near him, but to you, I am.
Oh,
So this is Live at
kinda.
5. If this is your first time tuning in, whether you're in our Facebook page, our YouTube page, or my personal Facebook page, welcome. Friends, strangers, acquaintances, loving customers of Highland Music Company.
It's been a while for you, hasn't it?
It's been a few weeks.
Yeah.
I think a couple weeks ago I was off because I was out of town.
Yeah.
And then it was either last week or the week before I was just crazy busy. And I ended up being so busy that I never got a chance to set up. So Keith, thankfully, willingly, Keith jumped in and hosted in my place last week. So I was very thankful for that. But today, even as busy as I've been walking around the store, I reshuffled probably 80% of the amps that are over there.
Mm-hmm.
When I say reshuffled, I mean like swapped them around, pulled a bunch of stuff out of the back. I finished at 4 o'clock. I started at 9 this morning.
Yeah, you were here before me for once.
So I put in several hours of just hauling amps around, moving stuff around. It's been a long day.
Mm-hmm.
My back already hurts, so who knows how it's going to feel tomorrow. I'm going to take some Advil and go to bed because that's what life is like when you're over 30.
Yes, thank you. You said that's exactly what my sister says to me.
Just how it is. If you're under 30, enjoy it. If you're over 30, what strength Advil do you use? Anyways, moving on. I got a fun collection of guitars here today. Nothing over 1,000, I don't think. That PRS under 1,000.
Ooh.
Everything under 1,000. We haven't done one of these in a while. But I love doing episodes like this because it's a nice subtle reminder that you don't have to go all out cash-wise to have a great investment guitar-wise. And the only thing I didn't really touch on are basses. And I apologize to the bass players. It's crazy because I walked through that bass section to literally bring every guitar up here, and I never think to grab one.
That's the only way.
Maybe we'll have to do an all bass up once a month. We'll do a majority bass episode.
Hey, at least the Alesis is back.
The Alesis is back. My trusty electric drum kit that you can kind of see. Actually,
You can see the symbols.
you can see this symbol, and you can see this symbol.
Yep.
That's all you get. All right, so let's start with the fun one. I know that could be any of them, but specifically, it's going to be this pink Ibanez. So this is an Ibanez AAM50CE. Jake, you want to take a guess at what all those letters stand for?
What they all stand for.
Yes, Advanced Acoustic. That's right, correct. So the AA stands for Advanced Acoustic. So Ibanez does this phenomenal thing with their acoustic guitars where at this price range of only $330, it is a very comfortable guitar. It's nice and lightweight. The neck is super narrow. So if you're looking for a first-time acoustic guitar and you love the color pink, this is the one to go to because, one, thin neck. It's a great feeling for anyone who has smaller hands or stubby fingers and you have a hard time getting around guitar necks. This is perfect. This neck is actually so narrow, I'm having a hard time fretting it and making notes on it because my hand is just too big for it. So keep that in mind. A lot of people come in looking for guitars with wider necks, but if you're looking for something with a more narrow neck so you get started and easily play on, this is the way to go. Another great feature on this is it's kind of hard to see with the way we have the camera set up, but they've cut this nice bevel into the neck joint on the cutaway. And so without impacting the body to make a nice cutaway there, they've put a bevel in the neck joint, which is a nice addition. I like that. I think more companies should start looking into that because that feels way more comfortable to me than some of these companies that put this extra layer or this extra cutout into the cutaway. And this is super comfortable. And the fact that this exists on a $330 guitar blows my mind. Other cool feature is the Ibanez preamp is a phenomenal preamp. It sounds great. But the other thing that it really ties into is you have an XLR out. So it gives you the direct out to go from the guitar to your PA system, to your interface, however you'd like to do it.
Always
Also
always a nice addition.
It's nice. Sound guys would love that. You don't have to mess
yes.
yeah. You don't have to mess with finding a DI box or a preamp. You just go XLR out straight to wherever you're headed. Also, a fun little feature on these guitars, Ibanez has started putting these sound holes on the upper bout on the acoustics, and they come with little sound hole covers to help you reduce feedback and things like that. But it's nice because think of it as your own personal monitor off of your acoustic guitar. I can't tell you how many times I've been playing guitar and I was like, no, I can hear myself just fine because it's acoustic. But then the thing we always seem to forget, yes, it's an acoustic instrument. Yes, it's loud enough so we can hear it. However, it's projecting away from us. And so when you have something like that that has the airport, as they call it, airport, on the top of the guitar, well, not the top, but the bout facing you, the top upward as you're playing, it resonates directly to you without impacting the sound. But if you're not a huge fan of that when it comes to playing live and all that, just pop their little rubber airport cover in there and you're good and ready to go. The Ibanez AAM50CE, and that is, what was the name of that finish? Coral Red Burst. Pink. So,
Okay.
it looks pink. It's pink. Let's see. We're going to go opposite end. So, while we're on acoustics, this struck out. As soon as I walked in the acoustic room, I found that, and then I looked around. I was like, what else can I see? I love the Yamaha APX series. I'm trying to get it in a not so... There we go. There's so many lights in here, it's hard. The APX is a very, very budget-friendly acoustic line from Yamaha. However, that doesn't mean it's a bad guitar. The APX series has been holding its own for a long time. They have all kinds of different finishes and everything in there. They do blue burst, they do antique whites, they do solid black, they do natural, they've done brown sunburst, all these colors you can think of. But what's really cool about this is this guitar comes in at $679.99. You have your Yamaha preamp and tuner. You have the battery connector right on the top here. What's really cool about this is it's a 7-string or 12-string. Blah. There's 7-string behind me. The 12-string here, and what I really like about this the most though is most 12-string acoustics that you see these days end up being dreadnoughts or jumbos or just these massive guitars. But this comes in that nice APX style body and scale length. And it's a 12-string acoustic. So it's just a fun, tiny 12-string if you're looking for a 12-string, but you're, maybe not a huge fan of the large sounds and the large everything that comes from playing a dreadnought or a jumbo. So look into the APX 12-string. We've got it here at Island Music Company. Also, a cool feature for both of these acoustics. Because they're not the massive guitar bodies we're used to seeing. Now, granted, the body here on the APX looks a little wider than you would see on a standard APX, but it has the nice narrow bout, which makes it easy to sit down and play. Because it's going to rest on your leg pretty well without having the huge shoulders. Same goes with the AAM50CE. These auditorium performance-esque shaped bodies are really nice to sit down with because you're not putting your arm over the huge lower bouts of a jumbo or a dreadnought, which is another advantage that Ibanez being a great acoustic for someone who's just getting started on playing, because if you're just getting started playing, draping your arm over a big body can become tiresome, it can become cumbersome. This makes it nice and comfortable and very easy to sit down and get used to a nice entry-level acoustic that plays great, feels great, sounds great, looks awesome. We'll move on. How do I want to tell this story?
Start with a guitar.
We're going to go left to right because the end caps of the story look pretty similar. This right here is an Ibanez RGD-IX7 MPB. It's an RG. DIX usually indicates that it's, well, what some people would refer to as the deluxe is the easy way to remember that. The 7 means 7-string. MPB refers to the finish and the style on the guitar. What's really cool about this is we have a set of DiMarzio pickups, the Ibanez style bridge. It is a maple and Bubinga neck, locking Goto tuners. Overall, just a fantastic guitar, but I wanted to highlight it because we got it in used. It was made in Indonesia. And so this is something really cool to really highlight and get into because we don't get a ton of used 7-strings all too often. If we do, they don't last very long. So I just want to highlight that we have this one here under $1,000, which is cool because one, it's just an awesome looking guitar, 7-string DiMarzio pickups. It looks like this guitar is ready to get playing some metal. So I just wanted to highlight this, show it off to y'all, let you know that we have it. Used 7-string Ibanez for under $1,000. Right next to that, we have a used Jackson. This was recently traded into us, and I wanted to highlight and show it off because as we're looking at it, this one is made in China. Let's see. It's got some tuners up there that I'm not too familiar with. They're called Ratio. I don't know that would have come stock on there, so it looks like those might have been swapped out at some point. Just guessing there. But it's also, the one thing worth noting is that this thing is souped up with Seymour Duncan pickups and a ton of FU tone upgrades, which means this guitar at face value currently is quite the steal because it has all these upgrades built into it. So you've got to come in, you should definitely need to come in and grab this because I think the upgrades alone make this are worth more than you would buy this guitar brand new. So you can buy this guitar and you're going to be walking out with a killer of a guitar. I mean, we're talking brass block, the trem stopper, brass claw, all the titanium inserts, the why am I drawing a blank on that? We do so much. The D-tune. I was like, I know it starts with a D. I'm just drawing a blank at the moment. We have the titanium locking nuts and everything up there. So, like I said, souped up, ready to go with as much as you can think of from the fellows at FU Tone, thrown into this used Jackson here, making this guitar quite the offer. Next up is brand new from PRS. We've got it in stock here. It's actually fun because we had someone order this guitar, and we had it in the back waiting for them, and they just never showed up. So, now you can buy it. This is the SE Studio Standard. This has the 5815 LTS. LT means low turn, so think very vintage style humbucker tones. Gibson. And it has their what they're calling the Narrowfield Deep Dish pickups, the S. That's like their version of their single coil pickups that are outside of things like the S-style guitars. Think Fiore, think Silver Sky, right? So this is a deep dish Narrowfield pickup with the 2 rows of magnets. These pickups give you everything from balance and warmth to dynamic, punchy. They can be dialed in real nice. So I just wanted to highlight this. This what do they call this finish here? Is the white pearl. I was leaning towards calling it white pearl, but you just never know. Some of these companies have very creative names. But this is in stock. Excuse me. Here right now at Island Music Company. I think this is our only studio version we have left in stock. So come on in and grab this while you can. Awesome guitar right here. I was kind of blown away when this one came in just because it's something standard but also unique in its own kind of way. This is a Epiphone Les Paul Custom. It is used. It's a nice silver burst finish. According to my notes here, we have this priced at $619.99. But this has, what's really cool about it, one, silver burst. Awesome finish. Arguably one of my favorite finishes that the Gibson brands have to offer. But it's got a little bit of an upgrade because the previous owner took out the Probucker pickups from here and put in a set of the Seymour Duncan Black Winners. So if you're looking for something with a hardtail bridge that you can just drop tune and just haul away on some heavy down tuned metal, you want to come in and grab this. Less than $700. Black Winner pickups from Seymour Duncan. This thing is designed to, dare I say it, Jake? It does gent, right?
And just go step back a little bit. That is the last studio.
Boom, nailed it. All right, speaking of genting, we're going to get into a little bit of a touchy subject here for some of us guitar nerds. I say nerds because I am too humble. I'm so humble. I'm just kidding. I don't know that I would consider myself an aficionado, There's a lot of people that know way more than I do. I like to think I know a lot about guitars. I know a lot about the history of the industry and all the different brands and all the different schematics and marketing and all that. I like to think I know a lot of that stuff, but there's always someone that knows more. I am a nerd. I am a hobbyist. I'm an enthusiast. This is going to upset some folks. This is a Cort. What do they call this? The KX507MS. Now, the thing with Cort guitars is the factory that owns Cort actually produces a lot of guitars that come from some of the brands we carry here at the store.
Yep.
There's a factory called Cortec. They make a lot of guitars, but what they also do is make their own guitars, which means you get it at a budget of a price because there's no middleman exchange. There's no, well, you pay us this, we'll build it, but you have to pay us for that. So now you have an upcharge fee that you got to sell it for. Cortec says, no, we're just going to make this guitar. So 2018, Cortec creates their very first multi-scale guitar, the KMX500, or the KX500. So this is the KX507. This has an ebony fretboard. This has Fishman Modern Fluence pickups. It's a 7-string. It's multi-scale. It has their own locking proprietary tuners. It's got their offset multi-scale bridge. This guitar shreds. And you might notice it looks like something else that we have up here. So there's a few companies that do this, but it's a nice budget way to get into things. However, I'll tell you right now, the resale value, the marketplace value on a used Cort does not really hold its own very well. And it's partially because Cort has gone so far out of their way to make other companies' guitars much nicer than theirs. And that's part of probably the deal they probably have with a lot of these other companies. The other thing that goes into it is Cort doesn't put money into marketing and strategies and sales as much as these other companies do. So many other companies, they build a brand identity, they have a marketing plan, they put all this around the guitars they have built out of the Cort factory. These guitars are great. These guitars are awesome. However, you're going to get next to no customer service just because they're a giant factory in Asia. It's just the blunt truth about it. They just don't hold up as far as long-term investments. Great guitars, but if you're thinking about getting that and you're like, oh, in a couple years I'll flip it, the value on these guitars just tank. That's why that Cort that we have right now, I have it listed at $699, which for a standard Cort would be a little much, but it's not a standard Cort. It's got the nice poplar finish on there, the nice poplar wood, the nice burst finish going out of the edges. Multi-scale guitars in general makes things just cost more because the amount of labor and mathematics really that go into like balancing all that out, because now your bridge has to be intonated correctly, your pickups got to be at the right angle, the headstock you've got to get dialed in perfectly so that way nothing falters, it holds your stability well. So there's a lot that goes in these multi-scale guitars.
And even the nut is at an angle as well.
So there's a lot that goes into those guitars. I will assure you though, at $699, that is a steal of a guitar. Because if you were to pick up this same style guitar, same finish, same pickups, same neck shape, same contour, same fan fretted, same everything, you're easily spending over $1,000 on a used one.
Yeah.
Remember, we have this 7-string here from Ibanez. It's a 7-string, similar in finish. It's not fan fretted, right? It's not multi-scale. And so you take that in the factory there. So, Cort guitars, if you're looking for something on a budget and just to experiment with things, check it out. But if you're looking for something durable, long-lasting, worth the investment, comes with a tried and true series of customer support and assistance from people that help you with those guitars, we got plenty of that here, and I would urge you to look into those if you're looking for something in the brand new market. Nothing, like I said, great guitar, fantastic price. I don't know if we have pictures taken. I'm not sure if it's online yet.
I think I did.
So we'll see how long that goes up there, because I'm telling you right now, the only reason that won't sell is because it says Cort. Someone's going to come into the store and think it's an awesome guitar, but because it says Cort, there's going to be a lot of people that pass up on it. But I'm telling you right now, Court builds a lot of other companies' guitars. That is very worth the purchase. So
I do have it online.
sweet. All right, that's my soapbox. I'm done speaking about Court. Just remember, last thing. I'll just say this one last time. You're gonna look at Court and be like, I don't want that. That's not a name brand, but they build a lot of guitars for other people. That's a good guitar. It's under $1,000. Could easily be a $1,200-$1,500 guitar if it had another name on the headstock.
Mm-hmm.
Grab that. Grab it. All right, let's wrap up. The Ibanez AAM50CE in coral red burst, not pink. Perfect guitar for anyone who's looking to play acoustic. They have in other finishes, so don't worry if this pink guitar is not your thing. The Cort KX507 MS. It's a cool 7-string fan-fretted guitar, but we had a big soapbox about it. We have our Epiphone custom custom Les Paul here. Les Paul custom. Epiphone Les Paul custom with Seymour Duncan Black Winter pickups ready to gent to your heart's content. Oh, I like that. Gent to your heart's content. Look out, Valentine's Day. Patent it right now. This is us. Island Music owns gent to your heart's content. You can't steal that. This is the, what's that called? The intellectual property. This is us using that. Name it, proclaim it. That's us right here. This is the PRS SE Studio Standard in the white pearl finish with the 2 narrow field deep dish pickups with the 5815 low turn S pickup. Also worth noting, if you buy those SE locking tuners, they're going to drop right into that guitar. It's going to be a dream. Right here we have the Jackson guitar that I was pointing out to you. I think it's one of the JS series guitars. It's got Seymour Duncan pickups, full of FU tone upgrades. It's an awesome guitar, fully locked, loaded, and ready to go for anyone who's looking for a guitar at an amazing deal. We have the used Ibanez RG here, 7-string with the DiMarzio pickups in there. Also worth noting, only a volume knob. I love a guitar with only a volume knob, right?
I mean, that's all you need.
That's all you need. Who needs tone? And then last but not least, from our friends at Yamaha, the APX 12-string. A fun, smaller size 12-string guitar if you're not looking to play something with the giant body that exists with dreadnoughts and jumbos. I'm pretty sure that's everything I've got to cover. September 13th, the one and only Gary Granger is going to be here with a little jazz blues trio, put on a free concert / workshop thing here at the Island Music. It's going to be at 1 o'clock on September 13th. It's a Saturday, so come on down. I'll probably be here. So, I think that's it. Band season has started, so make sure you come on in. If you need rentals, you need to buy an instrument, you need, I don't know, valve oil, reeds, polished cloth, a book, a music stand.
We have a whole kit.
We got you. Also worth noting, I don't know if anyone would be watching this that has a child in school in Calvert County. There was a music store that was like just north of Prince Frederick. Sometime this summer, they've decided to close their doors. It's always a little sad to hear when a music store shuts down.
Yeah.
But however, whereas Calvert County might be missing out on local retailer to be able to go in and buy goods and all that, we are servicing the rental contracts from that store. So if you were currently renting an instrument from what was Sacchetti, then was B Natural Music, we now are maintaining the rentals for all of their Veritas instrument rentals here at Island Music Company. So if you have someone who goes to school in Calvert County, or if you know someone who has kids that go to school in Calvert County, pass the word on, let everyone be aware. We are here to service your instruments. We can clean them. We can send them out for repairs. We can exchange them if you need to move up to the next size, like violin or something like that. We're here for you here at Island Music Company. I think that's everything.
I can't think of anything.
All right, cool. Well, this was Live at 5. I'm Jack.
I'm Jake.
See you next week.